What's good, everybody? And we are live. It's your man, DL Saint. This is the DL Saint I Really Want to Know the podcast. It is Thursday, I believe, uh, June 30th. July is about to start. It's crazy. I want to say today might be the first official day of the recession. I think, it's here. Um, Last time I checked, Wall Street was down. Um, and Bitcoin was under 19,000. Crazy and falling. Ethereum was around 1,100. So this is it. This is the beginning. If our politicians don't screw it up, if they don't, and hopefully the Fed continues quantitative tightening and they don't print money, if they do those things, it'll be a rough 18 months and it'll be over. But if they start messing with this, who knows what's going to happen. So anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. I hope y'all having a good Thursday. Sorry for the bad news. All is well on my end here in Tampa. Things are pretty cool. Middle of the summer, just getting stuff done. I was hollering at my man Jswans. Y'all know who he is. I don't have to introduce him anymore. There he is. Jswans is in the house, and we had this conversation all the time. And we wanted to revisit this conversation and kind of do a somewhat deep dive on it. So what's good, Jswans? How you doing, bro?
Good, like always. I ain't worried about the recession. I'm retired.
Yeah, me too. Hey, real talk is what it is. But I know you like this so much, so I just keep playing.
I know, little kids thing, man. Like, look, you got me uncomfortable. That's some R. Kelly shit.
Yeah, he did. Did you see the headlines, bro? He called
30 years, bro.
30 years, and he deserved 50.
And plus it ain't over yet. He still got cases in Illinois, bro.
Well, he got cases pending. Yep. Like he deserved 50.
He gonna be singing in the shower, talking about his mind saying no, but his body, his boy saying yes.
It's gonna be like my booty is saying yeah. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Ag Oz is in the house. What's good? Welcome, gentlemen. Brother Michael's in the house. What's good? Always showing love. Brother Doug, I saw you over there in Valuetainment PBD's podcast, bro. That's my man Vinny Oshana, dude. Like he's one of those heavy hitters doing comedy out there. So now that he's on the team, I gotta show my support, man. So it was good seeing you in that chat. But they be wilding over there, bro. that chat be wilding out over there. They got a little bit of everything. But good seeing you, brother Doug. Oh yeah, Jswans, you would love it over there. You want to talk about stirring it up? You go on that PBD. You're normally busy during the day, but
I don't be stirring it up. I just be telling the truth. I'm like, yo,
which means stirring it up. I mean, I'm just saying it's great. I love it. I was reading I'm not normally a chat kind of guy. You know what I mean? But I was in that chat and I was reading what they had to say, man. It was he has a really good mix over there. Patrick Bet David has a really good mix over there at Valuetainment, especially on his podcast. So yeah, man. Shout out to you, brother Doug.
They be talking about that blue pill, red pill shit.
No, this is bro. Everything ain't blue pill, red pill, man. PBD is that's the dude. He's a self-made man. Moved to America from Iran when he was 10. Grew up here, wasn't a great student. Joined the United States Army. He was Air Assault. So he was at Campbell. 101st.
So he was too scared to jump, too lazy to walk.
Air Assault. So I sent him a chat today. I was like, "Tell me you went to airborne school, brother. And if not, we all can't be perfect." He read that and laughed on air. And he's like, "Nah, I just went to Air Assault school." But he loves his country. He's a proud veteran, man. Like he's a warrior and self-made man.
Can you hear that in the background? That's the waterfall. You hear that?
You just bragging.
Man,
waterfall. No, you good. The water. I can't hear it, and that's soothing anyway. Okay. But no, he's a good guy, self-made man. I want to say he's a billionaire, bro. Like he really built himself up, and he's out there. He's out there bringing people together who wouldn't normally come together, man. This guy comes from a similar background than me, and so yeah, man. I shout out to him. Shout out to Patrick Bet David, Valuetainment over there, doing good things. I know pretty much everybody over here has probably heard of him. Jswans is a reluctant red pill. No, he ain't. No, he ain't.
I don't know why they be thinking that.
No, he ain't. But he is unplugged. He understands the world. Again, you can't be airborne and not be.
I just be calling bullshit. That's all it is.
Yeah, he calling strikes and balls. Like I say, we go back and forth all the time. But we're not here to talk about red pill, blue pill stuff. We're here to talk about should Americans have guns. We're talking about guns. We're gonna talk about the Second Amendment. We're gonna talk about our rights. You know what I mean? So
how come YouTube let you say guns, but they won't let you say grape?
yeah, because it's YouTube, bro. You
No.
know what I mean? They soft. Like I said, I don't want to talk about blue pill and red pill stuff. That's blue pill, red pill stuff. That's people
Well,
who are
no,
just
that's
silly. They're silly with that. Yo, how can anybody want to restrict any kind of freedom? You should be able to say what you want to say. If you want to say racist stuff, if you want to, say the most vile, you should be able to say it.
you want to get hit in the mouth, you go ahead and do that.
Exactly. You should be able to say it. The only restriction is you can't have an avatar. You got to show your face. You should say what you want. Just show your face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it is what it is, man. It's it's the world we live in, bro. I mean, just over here in America, man, they soft. I think Americans are victims. We're victims of our own success, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's real.
You know what I mean? And
the Roman Empire, bro. The
right.
Roman Empire.
It's Roman Empire. Yeah, absolutely. And people don't. And you think about it, like when you talk about military folks and all that. You know what I mean? We're talking what? I mean, certainly less than 5% in the history of America has, served. The country has actually fought wars to protect this country, to protect the Constitution. So you got 95% of people out there who have no idea what it takes. I was talking to a woman today. I was out buying some stuff, and a real nice lady, and she's out like a little younger than me, like a year or two younger than me, and we were talking old people stuff. But then she was talking about she thanked me for my service. She saw my airborne tattoo, thanked me for my service, and then she was asking me, she was telling me 4th of July is coming up. It's gonna be great. She was telling me about all the firecrackers and stuff she has and what they're gonna be doing. And I'm like, yeah, 4th of July, I stay in the house, man. Too many pops, bangs, and flashes. I stay in the house. And immediately she looked at me and she was like, oh, I'm sorry. Because she got it right away. It's like, that's a warrior. You know what I mean? Like he did it for us. And she thanked me again. Like gave me some really good extra customer service when we was there, like showing me around and stuff like that. She was real nice.
She gave you a happy ending?
See, I didn't want to go there. I didn't want to go there. This was nice and pure. This was nice. This was nice.
Said she gave some extra customer service.
You see, and I was thinking about that as it was coming. I'm like, man, this is not gonna play right.
Come on, now,
but that's one of the things that people don't understand, yo. Like, there's people out there who made sacrifices for this country, and when they go out and they want to take away rights, they want to take away privileges, they want to take away these things, right? You lessen what they did, you lessen their sacrifice. That's how I see it anyway, bro. But go ahead.
I mean, you got to. You can't give everybody everything because you got some stupid people. You know what I mean? Like, I feel you though, but like, you you got, it's not good for ads.
Yeah, it's not good for ads. But yeah, man. So let's dive into it because you and I we've had this discussion quite a few times, man. So, should Americans have access to guns? Yes, that's where I stand on that. Where do you stand on it?
Some should. I mean, it's like anything else. Not everybody. I mean, you got stupid people out there, man. Okay. Hold on. Let me rephrase this. Okay, everybody should have access, right? But when you do stupid shit, you need to lose that access. I mean, I understand this. Well, we looked into this a little bit, so we know now that the Constitution is kind of weird on it. We looked at some stuff.
Yeah, we kind of looked at some stuff.
Yeah, we did. It's kind of weird on it. The way they write it up and interpret it. It's kind of strange. You start reading about the different rulings by the Supreme Court and such. But I think that there's if you're gonna carry a weapon, you're gonna carry a gun. I think that you should have you should train on that weapon. You should train on that gun. You should practice with it. Now, you have rifles for hunting and, it gets all weird, you know what I mean? And this and that. But if you're going to carry like a concealed weapon or a weapon for protection like that, then you should train with that weapon. You should have periodic training. We've talked about this in the past.
Yeah. I mean, not just train, but you should have to qualify with that weapon. And you should be insured financially in case you screw up with that weapon.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, anybody, like, we talk about, I've made mistakes. And like I said, I shocked myself with that shit. I shocked myself with that shit.
Oh, you weren't the only person who was shocked that day.
But I mean, it can happen to anybody. So you need to be training. You need to be proficient. You just don't, like here in Florida, I mean, you take that gun safety class, which is a joke to me. This is the end that the bullet comes out. Don't look down this one when it's loaded.
You mean
what about when it's not loaded?
Right. No. You mean this one? Don't look down this hole.
Exactly. I mean, like I said, I always say this. People laugh about California and their gun laws, but I had a concealed carry in California, And, you know, I had to jump through hoops. Now, I didn't have to jump through hoops to get the permit. You know, I mean, the permit came back actually relatively fast, but it was the being able to actually carry, you know, you had to take some training classes to do that. And the classes consisted of, and mind you, it's been a little while now, so I don't remember exactly, but it consisted of, what a bullet will do to somebody, the laws and regulations of carrying a weapon in California and throughout the nation, because, you know, your concealed carry permit takes you to other states. You know, what a bullet will do to somebody. They showed videos and pictures of men, women, and children that had been shot.
And you said that's when you saw people get up and walk out the class.
People were walking out. Yeah, HD is a mother, boy. HD will get your attention.
1080p, baby. This is what it looks like.
Yeah, you know, shoot and no shoot scenarios. You know, I mean, you know, people think just because I'm mad, I can pull my gun out. No, that's called brandishing when you pull it out, and you go to jail for that.
That is a felony. So, but so your thing is not all Americans. Well, how can we put this?
Yeah,
yes, Americans should have access to firearms, but it shouldn't be guaranteed. Only like you have to pass background checks, mental health screenings. Are you throwing all that in there or no?
Yeah, I'm throwing all that in there. I mean, you know, when the Constitution was written, you know, you had to have a gun to survive. I mean, like real talk.
How is you gonna eat? You don't go shoot.
Yeah, you had to have, you know, now, I mean, it's harder to get a driver's license. I mean, it's harder to get a driver's license than it is a gun, especially here in Florida. You know, I mean, you can go buy a gun at Walgreens. It's in a parking lot at 2:00 in the morning from somebody, you know, and not sign a bill of sale.
And that's legal.
And that's crazy.
That's legal.
You know, but those are the things I have a problem with. You know, and I'm a gun guy, so it gets real touchy. I mean, it gets real touchy. I just, you know, some people just shouldn't have access. I mean, we all know somebody that's crazy. You know, we all know that cat. And I don't know. Like I said, it's ugly, man. Like it's a touchy subject. Because some people, they want to argue it just to argue. You know, you got them cats out there. You know, they want to argue something just to argue. But the reality is like there's a lot of stupid people in the world. And you put a gun in their hand and they're stupider. Or some people that are looking for trouble and they get a gun and they think, now I got the great equalizer. I can say what I want. I can do what I want. You know, that sort of thing.
Yeah, and that doesn't tend to work out well for him. I've seen those kind of cats. We are those kind of cats. You know what I mean? The dude who's real tough when he got his crew with him. Bro, if you ain't tough by yourself, how you going to be tough when you got people with you?
And, you know, and my instructor, like I said, the gun instructor I had, you know, in California, his thing was like, you shouldn't carry a gun unless you can fight. Because if you got a gun, what's the first thing you're going to use when you get upset?
Right, which we saw play out.
Yeah.
That guy, what state was that? When the guy, they were fighting over a parking space and the guy was yelling at some female and then the husband or someone came up of the female and pushed the dude down and the dude pulls his weapon and shot the man. What was that?
That was here. That was in Florida.
Wow.
Yeah, that was in Florida. Yeah, that was in Florida. The brother came out, pushed him down, and dude pulled his gun and shot him. And, you know, the first thing he said was, I fear for my life. And, you know, and I don't remember what the jury ruling on it was. But, you know, I mean, like I said, that guy shouldn't have had a gun. You know, just like the guy up here, I was telling you about that was at the gas station getting gas.
Right.
And, you know, some brothers or whatever, some kids was walking around talking about somebody's going to die tonight. You know, so this guy, you know, he gets back in his car and he pulls his gun out. And, you know, and he shows it to these guys as they're driving away. He shows it to these guys as he's driving away.
Which is a felony.
And then he called the police. So the police showed up.
Wait. He committed the felony. Then he called them boys.
Well, that's a certain type of privilege that, you know.
I don't have that. Yeah, that's another topic. That's another day.
So he called the police and he was mad because the police took him away and arrested him, took his gun away and arrested him. And he's like, well, I don't understand what I did wrong. He goes, I used my gun to de-escalate the situation. No, you brandished your gun because you show somebody your gun. Now that other person has the right to pull out a gun and shoot you because you didn't fear for your life. You were trying to, you were trying to basically be tough.
And that's the exact opposite of de-escalation. That is escalation, right? You show you brandish your firearm. Now you've raised the stakes. So yeah, that's crazy.
Yo, man.
Catch up on the chats real quick.
I'm talking. You can read, man. Look, I'm the guest. I can do what I want.
Man, I think we passed that, bro. Brother Doug, I regret not enlisting in the military. I grew up around a lot of Vietnam vets. and the majority of them told me not to enlist. Plus, how most them turned out, I didn't want to. Living living in a military probably like city has changed my impression. So yeah, man, that happened a lot, man. There's a lot of people told me not to enlist. I didn't care,
Well,
but there's a lot of people who told me not to. It's just not a good place for a black man. You know, that was always the conversation. But look
brother.
at me now. You know what I mean? If it weren't for the United States Army,
Well,
I wouldn't be here now.
I tell you, I tell people all the time, man. Like, when you join the military, if you don't use them, they're gonna use you. Oh, you
Say it again. Say that again, bro.
Yeah, if you don't use the military, they're going to use you. When I talk to kids and I mentor these kids and this and that, and they talk about college and, I talk about college, I talk about the military, I talk about trade school, and a lot of these cats go in the military with they have no goals in mind, no nothing. They just show up with nothing to do. And I tell them, look, if you're going to join the military, you got to use them benefits, take those opportunities, choose a job that. Okay, when I talk to kids now, I tell them, hey, if you go into the military, take a look at the technical schools that are out there, nursing assistants, surgical tech, plumbing, electrician. Look at those schools. Oh, I hate that.
All right,
look at that's real weird talking to myself. But use those schools. Join the military and get those jobs that relate directly into those things. So that way, when you get out, you have a career that you can go into. A lot of these guys, they get suckered into going stuff that, they go 11 boo or tank crewman or something like that because they see these bonuses. They're like, yo, they're going to give me, $10,000 bonus if I sign up for, 5 years as an infantryman, or a $20,000 bonus. And I'm like, yeah, first of all, cut that in half because they're going to jack you up on taxes.
Yes, sir.
And then divide that 10,000 you got left by 60 months.
And that money is contingent upon you completing the training successfully. If you wash out of some phase, that's it.
Yeah, they'll jack you up.
They recycle you to something else. You don't get that money. You still have to complete that enlistment.
Tell you, you'll be one of them cats. You'll be that guy that's driving around in the Dodge Charger, with the payment that's too much, because you got this bonus thing, you got more money than you got. You got to be smart about it. It's like anything else in life. You got to be smart. I think the military is an excellent opportunity for young men and women to get a hold of, because it forces you, one, to grow up real quick. You grow up really quick in the military. You have responsibilities, and and granted, we go out there and have a good time and wild and get stupid, this and that. But no matter how stupid we got, no matter how drunk we got, PT was at 6:30 in the morning. We was there at 6:30 in the morning, standing tall.
And it sound looking good. Well, I should be in Hollywood, baby. And here's the thing, man. I agree with you 100%. There's nothing like being in command is gonna make you grow up.
Responsible for lives. You ain't working at Starbucks being responsible. You're responsible for lives.
Ain't nothing like it. You do not want to be the person who got everybody lost walking through an impact area. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be that guy, LT.
You mean
you don't
want to
be that guy. Hey, LT Bora, shout out to you. Shout out to you, LT Bora. You don't want to get lost and find yourself downrange in America. Hey, here come the mortars. Here comes the, you know what I mean? Here comes the houses.
What the hell is that?
What the hell is that? Oh, we're in the wrong place, sir. But you will grow up so fast. Yeah, so fast. So yeah. And Brother Doug says, thank you both for your service. Hey, bro, it's all good, man. You're welcome, man. I did what I wanted to do. It was fun. It was dangerous, and I'm paying for it now. I'm sore. But you know what? I'll do it all again. I absolutely would have. And I'd have gone to pre-ranger with my brother right here. He didn't tell me what was going on. I'd have re-enlisted for that. You know what I mean? And got that ranger stuff done.
No, you wouldn't, because then, wouldn't be sitting here now.
Yeah, it's true. I would have done it, though. I like that. Brother Christopher Orr, man, thank you. Welcome. I believe it's the first time I've seen you here, man. Thank you so much for coming through.
That's the Marine dude.
Oh, okay. What's up, Devil Dog? Whenever you come through here, man, you got to put Devil Dog in there, and I know who I'm dealing with, man. Thank you for your service, you crazy Devil Dog, you. My father used to say being tough is what makes you tough, not talking tough. That's real talk. Toughest dudes I know were quiet.
Iron sharpens iron, brother.
You know what I mean?
Iron sharpens iron.
Iron sharpens iron. My grandfather, rest in peace, he served in 2 wars. That's from Brother Michael, man. Shout out to him. He's who.
Respect to him, because body armor consisted of a cotton shirt.
cotton shirt, bro. Cotton shirt. Like when Desert Storm, we had body armor, but not like what's going on today. And it just it was just extra weight.
Flak vest. Yeah,
flak vest. That's all it was. Just extra weight. Like I don't even want to wear this. It's not gonna stop at 7'6".
And Rip, they give us plates and stuff. So, the battalion, they give us plates. So, and that shit was heavy as hell.
Yeah, we ain't have plates. I mean, but anyway, like it was a good time, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I think fondly back on our time in the military, man. For me, it was great. And Ak Ozzy was saying bars, brother Michael, World War II in Vietnam, and that's where his people served. Real wars. You could throw Korea in there. You know what I mean? Because that was brutal. Yeah. Brother Doug, all my retired military friends are set for life and living life to the fullest. And that's what's up. You got to fight for that too. You got to fight for that too. And we're working on an episode. We're going to talk about vets, because one of the things that Jswan said to me is one of the smartest things I've ever heard him say. He was like, bro, we need more parties to be active politically. We need a veteran party. Oh. And I'm like, bro, we do. We need a veteran party.
That's one of the smartest. I thought the smartest was like, you need to wrap that thing up, boy.
Nah. Smartest was going to get snippety, snip. That was the smartest. I wish I'd have listened to you. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? No Johnny's way. What's good, brother? Welcome to the show. You know what I mean? All fire in there's all love in here.
Here's another tidbit for y'all. Look, y'all, Magnums, come on now. Unless you hung like a real horse. Don't mess with no Magnums.
And don't touch with Magnums, bro. Don't listen.
Unless you're pushing 12 inches wide, don't mess with no Magnum.
If whenever you get sexually aroused, you pass out, then you need Magnums. If you don't pass out when you get sexually aroused, you don't need Magnums.
Magnums are to make teenage boys feel good.
Man, Magnums makes babies. All right, Magnums make babies. You hear me?
You got every dude in this chat like, hell no, bro.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. You better stick to them Trojans for real. You couldn't pay me to wear a Magnum. Well, now you could because I'm fixed. But I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
They don't stop nothing. Brother Christopher or the Devil Dog. Hey, Lieutenant, I need a pocket full of grid squares. Show do. Look here, LT. Look here, LT, and shout out to you, man. I'm telling you, whenever you go somewhere hot on the planet, in the United States, if the military is involved, you're going to find two things. You're going to find paratroopers and you're going to find Marines. So I'm always buying drinks for Marines.
And if you find Marines, you're going to find sheep.
Hey, listen, hiding, shaking. Are the Marines gone yet?
The Marines will make love. So I'm trying to be nice, but Marines will make love to a wet hole in the fence, bro.
All day. Like I said, they can get an angle on it. And look here, brother Chris, I can't wait to meet you, bro, because I got to tell you my joke about the hat. I'm telling you now. I can't even say it on here, bro. This is for paratroopers and Marines. Brother Doug, salute, Chris, or thanks for your service. So yeah, let's get into it, bro. So let's talk about this, man.
Oh yeah, we're back on the guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me make this bigger.
Merch.
Yeah, that'll be good merch for me. Let me make this bigger. Hey, you a fool. If I get a shirt that says, let me make this bigger, I really want to know podcast. It's going to happen, bro. It's going to happen. Let me make this bigger. Hilarious. Hilarious. So, I can't even focus after that shit. So, 6 common misconceptions about the right to bear arms. You want me to pull this up? Did you read this already, or did you want me to read through this, or what are we doing?
No, I read it. You can just hit the misconceptions. You ain't gotta go through all that, man.
So down here they got a list of misconceptions. Okay, here it is. Misconceptions about the right to bear arms. Number 1, myth: the Second Amendment guarantees citizens the right to bear arms. Why is this a myth, brother? It says it's true. There is no definitive resolution by the courts of exactly how the Second Amendment. Huh?
It says the truth is.
Oh, the truth is. So this is the myth. The myth is the Second Amendment guarantees citizens the right to bear arms. This is a myth.
Yeah. There's all kinds of caveats in that. All kinds of caveats. You become a felon. I mean, it is there's all kinds of, you have to read through it, but there's all kinds of caveats in there, but it's not a guarantee.
So it says, so the first truth is there's no definitive resolution by the courts of exactly how the Second Amendment should be interpreted. Historically, the U.S. courts have held various interpretations of the Second Amendment. Such interpretations range from the perspective that the right lies only within state government officials to the perspective that the right also lies within individual citizens. I didn't know that. So they're saying that in some schools of thought, the only people who have the right to bear arms are state government officials.
Yeah, it's real weird, man. Like I said, the more I dove into this, the more that I discovered. Like, okay, this 2008 case,
Okay, and this is what's this? District of Columbia
versus
v.
Heller.
Heller.
Yeah,
554 versus 570, 2008, the U.S. Supreme Court. Okay.
yeah. When you guys get a chance, take a look at that. I mean, I guess that was the first time. I mean, you got to scroll down. I don't know how to exactly put it, but it was the first time that I guess the right to bear arms for self-defense was actually justified by the Supreme Court. It was in 2008. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Like I said, I read that.
I'll just read it real quick. It says, however, in a landmark case known as District of Columbia v. Heller, we read about the U.S. Supreme Court explained that all citizens are the militia. The Second Amendment is an individual right, just as every other right protected in the Bill of Rights, and is independent of membership in any organized group or military unit.
Here's the part that they changed right here, though.
It was the first Supreme Court case to decide whether the Second Amendment protects an individual's right to keep and bear arms in for self-defense.
Yeah, that was the first time that case has come up, and I was kind of shocked by that because I thought that was a standard.
That was a done deal. That was a done deal. So up until 2008, going all the way back to the formation of the country.
Yeah, the right to bear arms was not for self-defense; it was against tyranny in the government.
So it was for the militia. Because we're all considered to be part of the militia.
Able-bodied. Well, I guess the Constitution says like any able-bodied man is part of the militia, but everybody is. Excuse me. Huh. So yeah, that kind of blew me away. I thought that right to protect yourself was, I thought that was a standard forever.
Me too. So okay, and it cannot be taken away. So that's the second myth. The second myth is the right to bear arms cannot be taken away. Now, here's the thing. It should be. And I haven't read this yet, but you should be able to take someone's right to have a weapon away.
Oh, you can.
Under certain circumstances. You should be able to. It only makes sense.
You know what I mean? Like I said, I should have lost my Desert Eagle that day.
Yeah, you should have had to go sit in the corner that day, bro. Exactly. I don't know what you was thinking.
The little dunce hat on. Yeah, that was.
But that's a perfect example of how you should be proficient with your weapon. Because of you, I consolidated my weapons. I went from having Smith and Wesson, Remington, all these other. Okay, I got Glock now. So when it comes down to firearms, my sidearm, I got Glock. Then it'll be different caliber, but I got Glock. I'm familiar with that. ARs, I'm familiar with that. Yeah. So I'm not gonna be searching for anything that I have is AR based. Even the Typhoon, that semi-automatic shotgun, it's AR based. Yeah. So I instinctively know where the safety is. I know how to rotate that from safe to fire or semi-automatic or whatever. But when you have different weapons like this monster behind me, I'm gonna have to spend a lot of time training on this weapon.
Yeah, and that's the issue I had was, I had a gun that I bought but didn't familiarize myself with it. I bought it, probably 3 or 4 months before I even fired it. So I didn't familiarize myself with it. And, and went to go fire it and, didn't know where the safety or didn't know how to use the safety. So it happens, it happens, but that's a stupid mistake. And fortunately, nothing major happened. Nobody got hurt. But it's, that's why you have to familiarize yourself with weapons. I mean, guns are not toys.
They're not toys. No one got hurt because you're.
I had to my basic safety stuff was all there.
Yes.
All my basics, point in the safe direction, which is funny because people always ask, because I tell people like, when I've given classes and stuff, I'm like, they're like, well, what direction, is this way safe? Is that way safe? Safe is a direction where there's nobody at.
Right. And then the military is up and down range. So you hear that over and over and over again in the military. It has to be up and down range, which your fundamentals are solid. And that little hiccup could have been so much worse.
Yeah.
Had your fundamentals not been solid. And most Americans out there they don't have solid fundamentals when it
Yeah.
comes to weapons
it's
safety.
it's muscle memory. You know, a lot of that stuff is muscle memory. Like, you know, here's an example. You know, I went to the range with Chris, you know, and you know, we're shooting steel targets, and you know, I couldn't hit anything with the subcompact handguns I had, and he had. I couldn't hit a thing with it. You know, we're shooting metal targets. You know, probably 10 or 12 inches wide or whatever, from about 20 feet or to 15 feet or whatever. But when I had a weapon, you know, when I grabbed a full size, like a Glock 17, you know, and that's considered a compact, but a gun with a 5-inch barrel, you know, I could hit all day. And that's because, you know, I fired probably, 10,000, 20,000 rounds out of a Glock 17.
Well,
you know, so
it's right, because y'all went over the Glocks. It was no longer Berettas. I was gonna say, you was firing out Berettas.
No. I still have Berettas in the Army. I'm talking about just outside, just since I've been out. You know what I mean? In the Army, gosh, man, probably 100,000 rounds. But you know, so I mean, it's muscle memory. You know, it's all muscle memory. So you have to do things over and over again. And a lot of people don't understand that. They're like, well, I took a gun class once. Okay, you know.
Like, did you go on the range? No, it was online. I watched the video, and that's what I mean. It's poor training. Miss AKA Lady is in the house. What's good, love? Miss AKA Lady walks in the room strapped up. What's up, y'all? What's good, love? I'm so glad you're here. Hope you're having a great week. And brother Chris, be all you can be. Yeah, that's the Army I joined. It was be all you can be back then. Now I don't know what it is. Is it Army? It's not. Remember, it's not even Army of One anymore. I don't know what it is now.
It's a Army of them.
Army of them.
You can't say
Army of them. You know what I'm saying? Lord help us. Lord help us. If you know what, I think about this all the time. I'm like, what is really saving us from the rest of the world? And it's the tip of the spear guys, bro. It's all those hardcore high speed operators. That's it. That's all we got left.
You know, I think part of the issue is like anytime you have, a wartime situation, you lose a lot of the standards go down a lot.
Yeah.
Because of attrition. So like the SF guys, when we were in, I mean, it was a pain in the ass to go through that stuff. I mean, I went to the meetings for selection. I was like, I don't want no part of that. And then the guys that, the SF guys that were there, those guys were geniuses and athletes.
Yeah.
And, they were all over 30, late 20s, over 30.
Warrior poets for real.
Yeah. Now you got, 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds going into these SF programs. And, the experience is not there, the maturity and growth, in my opinion. Like I said, I don't see how you have the same maturity and growth as you do as I remember us at 20, 21 years old. So,
like, how did we get through that? Lord help us. So myth 2, the right to bear arms cannot be taken away. Truth is, many people can and do permanently lose their rights to own.
The guy up here that brandished his gun.
Right. Notably, convicted felons. However, some states provide a remedy to restore a felon's firearm rights.
Oh, California's killing me. Well,
I mean, here's the thing. But here's the thing about that, though. If you serve your time, if you are quote unquote reformed, you did your thing, you should in fact be able to get a hold of your weapon. Now, if you still, continuing in a life of crime, okay, you can't have a weapon. And maybe they can limit the type of weapon you can get. Like, okay, you can get a shotgun. You can get a 30-06 if you out hunting. You can get a shotgun.
I think you gotta dive deeper into that, because I would like to know what the laws are that there. I mean, because if you're I don't know, if you get a DUI and they take your rights, I'm okay. You know what I mean? Like, I would trust someone that got a DUI and clean themselves up, this and that, to have a gun again, right? But I wouldn't trust a guy that's robbing liquor stores.
All right, okay. So then you make a caveat for violent felons. That's
what I mean.
Yeah, if you're a guy that went out there and you wrote too many bad checks, or you got caught shoplifting, whatever, when you were 16, 17, 18 years old, you know what I mean? Okay, whatever. But it seems in California, the governor's pardon is the only remedy to restore a felon's right to possess a firearm, and only if the felon was not convicted of a crime involving use of a dangerous weapon. Wow. Does that include knives?
I was going to say a knife, a screwdriver, a bat.
Who
knows? But, it's crazy. Florida, though, like, they got some pretty restrictive gun laws. I was kind of surprised when I looked into that, because Florida takes people's guns from them left and right.
But they get them back.
Well, yeah, but I mean, after so much time, I mean, just because, like, if you have a bad interaction with a law enforcement officer, let's say that, you get an argument with him, you don't touch him, but, you're arguing, he can go report you, and they can, they'll have you before a judge, questioning your ability to handle a gun because, you're not stable or something. It's something to do with that Parkland shooting that they had a couple years ago. So, yeah, they changed a lot of their laws here in Florida. It gets real interesting. Like, you start looking into it.
I don't know if I like that, bro. I don't know if I like that.
Well,
Just because you get into an argument with a police officer who may have escalated said argument, the cop might have been all the way in the wrong, and you lose your weapon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, because you saw that video. I think you sent me that video when the police officer told the guy to go through a stop, a roadblock, or whatever. Then he went over and pulled the guy over.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah. The cop was having a bad day. Yeah,
cops having a bad day. We're not for the
I don't know
body cam
exactly.
footage.
I don't know exactly what the that's it. You got to look that up. But I mean, I don't know exactly what the laws are. But yeah, I was kind of shocked to find that out too. I was like, oh wow.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. And then other people prohibited from owning or possessing a gun include defendants awaiting trial on felony charges, fugitives from justice, drug users, and addicts. That makes sense. I ain't mad at that. Undocumented aliens. I ain't mad at that.
Illegal.
Aliens unlawfully admitted into the United States under non-immigrant visas. Okay.
I don't even know what that even means.
That means that people come across the border illegally. Undocumented aliens are people who come over and maybe they came under like some sort of visa or something like that.
Oh, like the school
visa. The school visa and expired, they stayed. And then the other one are people who come in completely illegal. You know what I mean? And here's the thing. We have laws on the book, so basically these type people are breaking the law. So I understand you not being able to have a weapon.
Well, and you know what's crazy? When you buy a gun, on the background check paperwork, it asks you, "Are you a fugitive from justice?"
Yes.
I've always wanted to be like, so what if I check yes? Like, what happened?
You're done. You're done. Don't even play with that one, bro.
That's what I mean. Like, I've never said it out loud, but I've wondered, like, what if you just check yes?
Don't even play with that one, bro.
The best one is, have you, drug use? You know what I mean? What is it? Have you ever used illegal drugs or this and that?
And here's the thing with that. If you put no, but you're an alcoholic,
or
they could take your stuff away, right? In that lying because you're stuck. Alcohol is a drug.
I don't know about alcohol, but I know, like, okay, so in California and Colorado, marijuana is legal,
but not in Florida.
Ooh. So you know what I mean? Like,
and see, and people out there, if y'all listening to us, this is my problem with the way that they write these laws. You look at this stuff like, oh, this makes sense, but it can be used against you. Anyone subject to a restraining or protective order.
Yeah.
What I mean, come on. You could be under you can fall under this caveat and not even know it.
All you red pill guys that I be telling lie to them girls.
Yep.
And you mess around and you throw in that magnum and it pops off.
Like this
and now
one
you
here.
Got one on the way.
Bro,
she's mad at you.
She can make that call and get that order. Now you through. Anyone convicted of a misdemeanor crime of domestic violence, misdemeanor.
Yeah, and well, I mean that could be. I don't know. I'm not a cop, but that's another one that could bite you. So your girlfriend calls up and says, "Hey, he hit me," right? And they come pick you up at work.
They come get you. You know what I mean? These kind of laws are kind of loose in that sense. If they really want to come take your weapons, there's tons of ways to do it.
Yeah, they can do it.
And y'all worried about who's in D.C. You ain't got to worry about them. You ain't got to worry about Biden. You ain't got to worry about Obama, AOC. You ain't got to worry about them. You need to worry about what's going on in your neighborhood, in your community, in your state. Because that's where it's going to come from.
That crazy girl you messing with.
Right. That's where it's going to come from.
You need to worry about.
Right. Minors under the age of 18 for a purchase of a shotgun or a rifle. That makes sense to me. Persons less than 21 years of age for a purchase of a firearm that is other than a shotgun or rifle. These numbers, I don't mind if they went up. I don't mind if it went from 21 to 25.
I'll tell you, another one I have is the part about, okay, like in Florida, right? If you've been in the military, you can get a concealed carry permit without any kind of classroom training or anything, which I think is just dumb because everybody in the military doesn't carry guns. Most of the military does not carry guns, actually.
Most of the Army doesn't carry guns, just so y'all know. Just think because you're in the Army, you know something about weapons. Not if you're a dental assistant.
Yeah. So when your boys come back, he's like, yeah, I got all this weapons training, and his MOS is finance. He's lying to you.
Right. So, I got this nasty scar right here. What's paper cut? Paper cut, bro. You ain't
What was
been to
that?
the field.
I'm gonna get you sucking when you got the bat, got all the ribbons.
Right.
All you Air Force guys out there, y'all got 10 rows of ribbons. They give ribbons for well, he got up this morning and made his bed almost right.
Bro, look.
Bronze Star.
Hey man, look, I can't even beat up on the Air Force about that. I told you I went to airborne school with a guy, got to his unit at Bragg. They gave him, not him, but he said it was a dude in his unit. They got an AAM for having shiny boots.
See?
AAM. Gave him an Army Achievement Medal for shining boots. You know what we had to do to get one of those, man, in our unit? Bro. Yeah. I'm sorry, man. And then it says individuals who have renounced their U.S. citizenship. I like that.
Yeah,
and
I think that's
veterans,
right. Yeah.
And veterans dishonorably discharged from the United States military. I like that.
And I think they should add to that. And if you were drafted and you dodged that draft, you shouldn't be able to carry. You shouldn't be able to purchase a weapon either.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. 100%. Oh, you got bone spurs? Yeah, you can't never get a weapon. To me, I take a step further. You can't vote, but hey, that's just me. If I were in charge, right? If I was commander of America and had my way, everybody be in the military today. I tell you that right now.
Yeah, we've had that talk. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be like, what is that? What's that movie? Starship Troopers. If you haven't served, you can't be a citizen.
Exactly. Oh, you want to be a citizen with full benefits? Go fight the insects. So, yeah, and brother Chris, like any violent felon should not get their guns back.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I mean, but even
yes.
I agree. Okay, I'm gonna say I agree. However, what if you caught a case defending your family? It was a violent case. You went out. Somebody did something to your sister or somebody, and you went out and dealt with them.
Went out and beat their ass.
Yeah,
you can't do that. That's against the law. You can't do that.
All right.
Or if you're gonna do it, you got to not get caught.
Yeah,
that's how you do it. You don't catch them. Hey, you don't catch them at the McDonald's. You know what I mean? You catch them in the club and you stick them with the shank, and then you hand it to your boy as he walks by, like prison style.
Allegedly.
Oh yeah, allegedly.
We ain't seen him do this.
Allegedly,
go somewhere where there are no cameras. Miss AKA lady, restoration for nonviolent crime for sure, but there should definitely be red tape for violent criminals. I'm on board, but they shouldn't be able to get it. If you're a violent criminal, you shouldn't be able to get it at all. I'm on board with that. Yeah. You have already shown yourself to be untrustworthy in that way. You know what I mean? Brother Jason, welcome. Good to see you, brother. You know what I mean? Holding down D-Town. Brother Christopher, I found out that having a marijuana card in Florida, you can lose your carry permit. I did not know that.
They whatchamacallit in Florida. Yo, I'll send you the thing, Chris. They they said that well, okay, it should not affect it, but you saw that list of stuff that they just had right there.
Right.
You know what I mean? So brother. Well, yeah, you have to be, if you're convicted, you ain't never gonna see it again. But trust me, when you are waiting trial, they taking all your guns.
They take it, yes. And I was gonna point that out. The number one on the list was defendants awaiting trial on felony charges. So you don't have to be convicted. While that process is going on, they're taking all your weapons. And you can't legally carry from that point. I mean, at all. I don't think you can have a weapon in the house.
But if it's a federal crime, AK, you going down for a federal crime. They got
yes.
They don't know. They don't know.
And look, brother Chris is like effing Pogue. Hey, you must be talking to Jswan. Who's the Pogue there, devil dog? Who's the Pogue there, devil dog?
That cat to be lying to the ladies, in finance.
yeah, them Pogues. Yeah.
Assistant.
Them Jodies right there, bro. Yeah. And so in the military, when you're walking around, you singing cadence or whatever. One of the favorite cadences is Jody cadence. You know what I mean? Ain't no use in going back. Jody got your Cadillac. Ain't no need in going home. Jody got your girl and gone. So Jody are those guys who get out of serving, aka Donald Trump, aka what was the name of the vice president under Bush, aka
not Bush. What's his name? That can't spell potato.
No, not that one. W's vice president.
Oh,
Cheney, same thing. He didn't go.
Same thing.
Clinton didn't go. Same thing with Clinton taking those deferments. All of them.
Yeah,
that's Jody right there, y'all. That's Jody.
Yo, tell you, man, Rip, they had the board. You know what I mean? Like when your girl dumps you, you got to put a picture on the board with a letter.
Ooh, they did. Ooh,
yeah.
Ooh,
what is
man.
it? If the Army wanted you to have a girlfriend or have a wife, they'd have issued you one.
They sure would have.
They'd be like, beat your boots.
There it is. There's my girlfriend right there.
That's right
You know
there.
what I mean? This is my rifle. There are many like it, but this one is mine. That's what's up. Shout out to the Marine Corps prayer. I bet you Chris knows that one, don't you, Brother Christopher? It shows you don't have impulse control. Absolutely. Brother Jason, no weed card and gun in Detroit either. Oh, wow. So
wow.
Michigan, I guess in Michigan, they got it like that. Suspended license in Detroit stops you from getting your, wow.
Detroit ain't playing.
Wow. They're like, whatever. We don't want y'all to have nothing. You can't have a slingshot.
Damn.
You know what I mean? And here's the thing. I know people are looking at us, right? You know, it's just these two black guys. One's from the hood. One came from whatever. We both served.
Yeah, I came from the
hood. Okay. So what I want to say is this. America, we are not that far apart. We are not that far apart. Listen, y'all, these politicians, man, they want you to not talk to me. If you're a MAGA guy, I don't care. I don't care. But we can talk about stuff. You know what I mean? We ain't got to agree on, I don't particularly like Donald Trump, but I can tell you some policies he did that I do like. I'm not going to look at you as the enemy. I look at you as a fellow American. We can talk about this sort of stuff.
We don't like everything Obama did either. Yes, switch it up.
Oh, my God. Certainly. Sir, man, look, Obeezy, you my dude, but I got a problem with you, man. I would love to talk to Obama. Like, man, why didn't you just do this, that, and the third? 2 terms? We ain't get nothing?
I think Obama smokes weed. You see his lips all black.
Hey, bro, look. I love to serve him. Like, I got you, cuz. What you need, bro? I won't even charge him. Just sit down and talk to him because he's so smart. Whatever weed he's smoking, I want to smoke. Anybody that smart.
Nah,
you know what I mean? But still.
He got that Saudi, that Dubai weed, bro.
That Dubai. But I just want y'all to see this, y'all. Look, I mean, to me, there's certain things that transcends race and all that kind of stuff. There's certain points, man, where we're just Americans, man. We all on the same damn ship, right? We need to turn away from the iceberg, y'all. Look at what's going on. We're into this recession, bro. The only people who gonna make money in this recession is the 1%. I ain't mad at them. I talk to them. I'm trying to get on too. But I also want y'all to make it with me, bro. It's like I said, it's like Andrew Tate said. Shout out to Andrew Tate, man. It's the have-nots and the have-yachts. And if you ain't got a boat, you know which team you on.
Tell you, and it's crazy because, you know, like, well, Chris knows, like, I live in an area where you can see it. You can see the have and have-nots. It's crazy. And but now, like you said, that Veterans Party thing, I don't understand what the problem is. You know, I mean, like, man, there's so many vets out there. Like, Chris and I, like, we have discussions and we don't agree on everything. But, you know, one thing we can agree on is that, you know, as veterans, we need to be treated better. And
right. And as a Marine, like, as a former Marine, as a guy who's a veteran, I got your back, brother.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is. I don't care. There should not be a such thing as a homeless veteran. There should not be a veteran out there who served and who served this country, who bled for this country and can't get something to eat. That should not be a thing, right? We shouldn't be shitting on these veterans, and it's not a lot of us out there. They make it sound like half the country's a vet. They're not.
No, I mean, it's like, you know, less than 1% of the country, and which is what less than 1% is like 3 million people.
Barely.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So yeah, it is less than 1% of the country. And, you know, any vet should be able to pick up a phone or, you know, go to any kind of VA office and say, hey, I'm a vet, I'm home, or I'm a vet, I'm hungry, you know, and they should feed you. Now, granted, you know, as veterans, a lot of us look out for each other. You know, and like I said, when I picked up that thing from that guy at, over at Lowe's, you know, the first thing he did, dude walked away from $1,000. Well, no, not much, about $500, because he's like, you know what, you're a vet, you know, we got to look out for each other. I got you. You know, just like that. And that's how it should be.
That's how it should be. But I mean, sometimes it's hard to even help your fellow vet because they don't want to take it. They see this charity. They're like, man, you family, bro. You should eat. You shouldn't just eat. You should eat the best. We shouldn't be like, I don't understand. It would be so easy to have a program where the government would refund a hotel for putting up a veteran for a day or a week or whatever, right? Of course, it has to be limits to it. But a veteran should be able to walk into the W, which is like my favorite hotel. If y'all listening, W, y'all can send me a free room. All right, if y'all listening. But the W is one of my favorite hotel chains on the planet. If a homeless vet was really down on his luck, he just lost his apartment, he should be able to walk in there with some documentation and just say, hey, I just need a place to stay tonight. I'm taking a bus home to my family or something tomorrow. And they should not just put him up in, they should put him up in a suite. and the government should be able to reimburse that money. And I don't mind paying my tax money for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I don't understand that. Like, give me an option to put a little bit of extra money aside for vets, so they don't have to sleep on the street.
That's why when I hear "thank you for your service," I mean, it makes me uncomfortable because I'm like, yeah, that's easy to say, but what are you willing to do to thank me?
Like, do you mean that shit?
Because I've told people, they said, "Thank you for your service." I'm like, you know what? Don't thank me, man. Go ahead and take some money down to the VA and say, this is for a veteran or something like that. I mean, but
like, do you really fucking mean it? Yeah. Don't say that shit if you don't mean it. You're going to say thank you for your service, but you're going to turn around and not even encourage your children to enlist. Yeah, if it's that great, how come your kids ain't enlisted? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I said, if we got all these elected officials in D.C., if their kids, their grandkids, their nieces, nephews, the children of their friends and relatives and neighbors, if all those children were in the United States military, you think that they will just send them off to die for nothing? Hell no. They would think about it.
That goes into my, I don't think you should have the ability I don't think you should be commander in chief unless you've actually served and been in a position where, you may have to die or may have to send somebody else to die. But that's, once again, that's.
I agree with that 100%. If the one office you cannot hold, in my opinion, if it was up to me, you cannot be president of the United States of America, commander in chief of the most powerful military force the human species has ever known, unless you have served in the military. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, or Coast Guard. Like I said, I even throw the Coast Guard in there. You gotta serve.
Puddle Pirates. You giving love to the Puddle Pirates?
Yeah, Puddle Pirates, bro. At least they serving. My thing is this: you can have any other vice president on down, but you cannot be president of the United States if you haven't served in said military. That should be the law. Yeah. Just like you can't be president if you're not born here. You can't be president unless you served in the United States military. I believe that wholeheartedly. Yo, when we gonna start this veterans party, bro. Yeah, that's gonna be in there. We need to make a constitutional amendment, because I'm sick of seeing these men out here, you know what I mean, want to be president of the United States, but your punk ass couldn't serve. You couldn't go to Vietnam. You know what I mean? And mind you, prior to Korea, all the men went to war. Yeah, they all went.
And the last two we had were the Bushes. Yes. And Bush 1 was the one that, you got to respect that, man, whether you like his policies or not. That cat got shot down, got out the water, got back in another plane. That's respect.
No, he got shot down, got his crew shot from under him, right? Landed in the water, got fished out by the submarine, finished the tour of that submarine. He became part of that submarine crew. So they getting depth charged and all that shit. They're out there hunting Japanese boats, wound up back in San Francisco, gets off the submarine. And they're like, well, look, since you're home, you might as well go home and see your family. No, he took the first transport out to join his carrier. How can you not respect that man?
Got back on the plane.
Right. Got back on the plane. I don't agree with all of his politics, right? Yeah. That Iran-Contra shit was fucked up. It messed up our neighborhood real bad. But you know what? I respect the hell out of George H.W. Bush.
Yeah.
I do. I mean.
That's the first one, H.W.?
Yeah, and then it was George W., which was, George Herbert Walker Bush was his dad, and then there was W.
I just call it G and Baby G.
Baby G. But here's the thing. Even W, all right, he was in the Air National Guard, whatever. You know what I mean? It was doing Vietnam, whatever. At least he enlisted, bro. Yeah. At least he got in there. You know what I mean? And he said it when he was going up against John Kerry. The Swift voters were trying to tell Bush to talk shit about John Kerry. And George Bush said, I wish I had his military record. John Kerry was out there putting in work on a fast boat, taking lives for America. When he came home, decided to throw his medals back, you know what? He earned that right.
That's his right.
Out there. That was his right. That man was out there getting it. You know what I'm saying? He was fucking downrange. So I don't care, man. Y'all see I take this personal, bro. Yeah. I really care about this country, man. Fuck that. If you want to be president of the United States, get your ass in the military, right? You got a problem. Be a puddle pirate if you're worried about it. You know what I'm saying? But fucking serve. All right, I'm done. I'm sorry. That was my fucking
he be getting on me when I get worked up. He be getting on me, so I'm just going to be cool.
Yeah, I mean, you got me all worked up, man. My goddamn.
You say, fuck you niggas.
Where's my goddamn Mike and Ike? Somebody give me a Mike and Ike. Miss AKA lady, I have listened enough to service members to know not to say thank you for your service. You guys don't seem to like that much.
It's uncomfortable.
Not if you don't mean it. If you mean it, if it's just us somewhere and just the two of us, you know what I mean, and you really want to thank me for my service because of whatever reason, that's cool. But if you saying it just because you think you're supposed to say it, nah, keep that
Yeah,
shit to yourself.
I ain't hearing that for real. You know what I
You know?
mean?
Yeah, and brother Christopher, very true. CIC, yeah, Commander in Chief should have to have served.
I
Absolutely.
was thinking air traffic. I'm like, damn, Chris knows air traffic shit.
Yeah, and not control in charge. Commander in Chief, commander
Yeah.
in aviation, air traffic control. CIC is the controller in charge. Like you become like management, but
Oh,
no,
I
he's
see
talking
what you're saying.
commander in chief.
Yeah,
AKA Miss AKA lady.
yeah, I got this.
Is it that bad? Oh wait a minute. Is it bad that I don't want my kids to serve? I don't jump at the thought of them being in harm's way. I appreciate those who do, but it wouldn't be my first choice for my kids
Yo,
purely out of fear.
I got this. I got this. I got
Go ahead,
this.
brother.
All right. So no, it's not bad. Okay, because as a parent who has a son serving now, okay, it's not bad. I'm telling you, when my son told me what he wanted to do, I know what combat engineers do. You know, what I mean, it is scary. The difference is if that's what your child wants to do, you know, I mean, don't. I'm trying to say here. Don't tell them it's the wrong thing. You know what I mean? Just tell them the right way to do it. Don't give them shit. I can't think of for wanting to do this. Like I said earlier, the military is an excellent opportunity to be starting out with, but you have to use the military. You have to use it. Your kids being in harm's way. Yeah. Like I said, it's the stuff going on in the Ukraine. My son's a combat engineer. Bullshit.
Yes,
My son's a
that's what they
combat
do.
engineer in an armored unit, which means that, he's out there with tanks and everything else. And his job is is basically to blow minefields and disrupt, travel for tanks and this and that, and blow other tanks up and fight. And it's scary. But, people who don't understand should thank God every day. There's people out there that are willing to do that for this country. They should thank God every day, because if it wasn't for people like my son, who knows where we would be. Yeah. Quietly, we'd be speaking German right now, or
Japanese. Speaking German and Japanese. If it wasn't for that damn few, America would be different. Just here to tell y'all.
Yeah. So as a parent, it's definitely scary. And but be proud that your child understands those dangers and is willing to step up and take that chance.
Yeah. And Miss AKA lady, if your kids were to enlist, they definitely need your support. You're like, I wouldn't discourage it, but I wouldn't proactively encourage it either. But if they make that decision, I would absolutely say support them in that decision and then be there for them, because in my opinion, there's no greater good than serving your country. You know what I mean? I'm not that religious, but Jswans is. He serves his God, he serves his country. You know what I mean? And I serve my country. So we won't have this. We're not for those people who step up and do what it takes. And I'm here to tell y'all, man, there's some dangers. Being a soldier, it is what it is. It's definitely going to change you, but it takes – people don't realize what it takes to keep America, man. Y'all don't understand what it takes. Brother Christopher does. We do. But y'all don't understand what it takes. How many people died during peacetime to keep America? You know what I mean? So that's why we get pissed about that make America great again. America's always been great. It'll always be great because we have American warriors. My bad, I'm done.
No. And as far as discouraging it, see, and this is where I think a lot of people don't understand the military. They think the military is all about guns and fighting. It's not. There's more support troops for the military than anything else. I want to say less than 5% of the military is combat arms, if not even less. Yeah, because for one combat soldier, it takes like 10 or 15 soldiers to support that soldier. So the military has surgical assistants, it has doctors, it has chaplains. Every job that's in the civilian world, they have in the military. So if a child comes to me, which I get this a lot too, I get young men talking to me about this stuff, all the young men and women talk all the time about this stuff. And they come to me and they say, hey, I'm interested in going to the military, but I don't know what I want to do. And I'm like, well, let's take a look at jobs. And I start showing them stuff and they have no idea. The military's got air traffic controllers. All branches of the military has air traffic controllers.
Yep.
Okay. People think that Marines are, they're all they do is fight this and that. No, Marines got air traffic controllers. And those Marines that go in there as air traffic controllers get out of the Marines and become air traffic controllers, in the civilian world and make $140,000, $150,000, $200,000 a year.
Yeah, they're getting up to 250 now, bro, with the shortages and everything, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, it is, I would definitely, if I was doing it, like I said, my son wanted to blow shit up. That's what he just wanted to blow stuff up, and he wasn't listening. But I would definitely encourage people to go in the military, because look at the trade. Every trade school there is out there that you're going to spend $30,000 to $50,000 to $100,000 to go to, they have those schools in the military for free.
Yeah.
And the way you pay for it is you serve your 4 years, 5 years, or 6 years, or whatever it is.
That's how the two of us got into air traffic control. We were Army guys. We were direct hires. They have a program to let us come directly in. We didn't have to go through any other training. And what I mean by that is go to the FAA Academy and all that kind of stuff. We went straight to where we were going to work, and it was hard, but we got through it. But if we didn't have that training, if we didn't have that in our military records, our DD 214,
and if we didn't have the discipline that we learned in there to sit our asses down and focus.
Yeah, we needed that too.
Yeah.
Between all the jumps and all the partying and all the drinking, we did stay focused. We did stay focused. So, Wonderful 34 was good. What up, Mr. DL? Hello to the Joes. And don't forget the Josephines, because we got Miss AKA lady in the house. You know what I'm saying?
Say
my number one. Huh?
Say they and them.
No, I don't do pronouns, bro. I don't do fuck you. I don't do pronouns, bro. You got a problem with that? Whatever. I'm a soldier. Fuck you. I don't do pronouns. I got shot at. What pronoun is that? What pronoun do I use for getting shot at? I don't know, but you know what I mean? Kiss my ass. Miss AKA lady. It's a good point about education and training. Brother Michael, like the video. You know what I mean?
I thought we changed that. I thought we changed it. I thought we was going to be double M4. What happened?
Double M4. He ain't changed it. Yeah, that's you. That's you and Brother Mike. I ain't had nothing to do with that conversation.
You wasn't in that?
Y'all do that double M4 thing. Y'all do that. Now you got to take him to the range and show him how to shoot. Just don't show him that 50 cal. Stick to what you know, boy. Stick to what you know.
Desert Eagles is sitting in the corner.
Desert
Eagles on timeout.
Anybody want to buy that? Anybody want to buy a Desert Eagle? Reach out to Jswans, or reach out to me and I'll put you in touch with Jswans. Anybody want to buy a Desert Eagle?
Desert Eagle got put on timeout, bro. I messed that up.
So messed up,
man.
Number three myth. The Second Amendment permits ownership of any type of firearm. I thought that too. That's not the case, huh?
No, you can't get. Yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff you can't get. Automatic weapons, shotguns below a certain size, which is why that shockwave thing is so interesting. Like, gun manufacturers, they find ways around all kinds of stuff. Like automatic weapons, you can't own an automatic weapon unless you have a special permit and you jump through all these hoops. But you can get a pump.
Before you get into the shotgun, tell me about that Thompson.
The Tommy gun?
Yeah, remember, because I was like, won't you change the barrel? Like, what? Tell me, how was that legal?
Well, I mean, it was legal because it wasn't automatic, and they made the barrel longer. It was semi-automatic, and then they increased the length of the barrel.
So they considered it a what? Rifle?
It's a rifle. Yeah.
It was a Thompson submachine gun.
Yeah.
It was considered a rifle.
Yeah, I forgot how much longer they made the barrel, but let's say it's 6 inches longer. Below a certain length, it becomes an SBR, which is a short barrel rifle, which you have to get permits and everything else through alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. The ATF. You got to jump through hoops for that. Okay. So they extend the barrel, and then it becomes a rifle. It's semi-automatic, so it's legal. So, wow. I mean, you can't buy like a Tommy gun with a World War II length barrel and full auto. No, you could buy one, but you'll jump through a whole bunch of hoops to get it and a whole bunch of background stuff, and it's insane. And
that's what they're doing with the shotgun.
Yeah, well, the shotgun, the same thing. I don't know the rules on the sawed-off shotgun, but the shockwave, the shockwave shotgun, which is the one with that weird handle on the end.
Yeah.
I don't know how they got that worked out, but the gun manufacturers are not stupid, so they find all kinds of little hoops, like the bump stop thing. You could buy an adapter. See, I shouldn't even be telling people.
Yeah, let's not even talk about that. We don't want them out there. That's stupid. I've never been a fan of bump stops. That just didn't make any sense. And then what happened in Vegas?
The adapter you can buy is legal, and it will make the stuff almost automatic. I mean, it's crazy. So once again, they find ways around it.
That's insane. So the myth is the Second Amendment permits ownership of any type of firearm. The truth is many federal and state laws regulate the type of firearms and eligible citizen may lawfully possess. Certain firearms and other destructive devices are unlawful for a civilian to own, use, or carry. Examples of illegal weapons include.
So you can buy a 50 cal sniper rifle, right? But you can't buy a 50 cal machine gun.
Right. Exactly. I can't buy bombs, but I can buy tannerite.
Yeah.
Can't buy grenades, same thing, but I can buy tannerite. You got rockets. Of course, we don't want people just going into the store buying bombs, grenades, and rockets, missiles, or mines. I don't want people. Here's the thing: cluster bombs aren't on here, but I guess it's a bomb, so it's like okay, it is on here.
Yeah.
It's cluster bombs, but I mean, there's people. Yes, you don't want folks walking around with this kind of stuff. I understand that.
Yeah.
Machine guns and fully automatic firearms. They're on the list. Any firearm silencers, except in Texas. You can buy suppressors in Texas now, right?
You can buy them here.
You can buy suppressors here.
Wow. Well, I don't know what the law. How I know something's going on in Texas with that, but I mean, you know, once again, you could buy them. It's just you got to jump through hoops.
Okay. Short-barreled sawed-off rifles with barrels length than 16 inches. And shotguns with barrels less than 18 inches, and that's what you were talking about. Semi-automatic assault weapons manufactured after October 1st, 1993.
I don't even know what that even is, so I don't even know.
Right. What are we talking about here? Semi-automatic assault. Okay. Any firearm
something else that's crazy to me. Okay, so everybody's freaked out about ARs, right? M4s or M16s, whatever. Everybody's freaked out about them, right? Okay, so an AR fires a modified 22 caliber bullet, modified for a rifle, basically, and the military went to that because it was easier you could carry more ammo and the plastics didn't mess up in Vietnam and humidity, all this other crazy stuff. Right. So people will freak out about AR, but you can go buy an M1A, the SOCOM, which has got that 16-inch barrel on there, and fire a 7.62 round, which is huge.
Yeah, it was 7.62 by what? It's 7.62 by 5.1.
7.62 by 5.1. So, or 308.
Y'all. It's a 308 round. It's a big bullet.
Yeah,
y'all.
And you could buy that, and I tell you, an AR will put holes in you definitely. I mean, we use them in war, right? An M1A or 7.62 by 5.1 will put you on your ass. That's a big old bullet.
This thing will tear your car up.
Yes.
You know what I mean? There is no getting away from this.
Well, because people don't, the people that are making some of the decisions don't really understand weapons and calibers and stuff like that. They just go with what's scary on the news.
Right.
M16s are, they're black and, they use them in Vietnam and they're scary. Well, they use M1As in Vietnam too, M14s. Right. They use M1As in Afghanistan.
Right. So, okay, I can't have your scary black weapon, so I can get me a yellow MP5, and I guess we're good.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to know your weapons if you're going to talk about this kind of stuff.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, any firearm where serial number is missing or has been altered or destroyed, and that makes sense.
Well, that just speaks for itself.
Yeah, that just speaks for itself. Right, that makes sense. Brother Christopher, shotguns are based on barrel length. Yep, and we saw that, the 16 and the 18-inch barrel thing. And then we got love in the chat.
He's in there shooting his shot.
Hey, we got your people here. What's good? Don 007, what's good?
Yo, don't be using his government name.
That's what you wrote down. Don 007. That's what you wrote down. Didn't armed services prove for auto is a waste?
It is. Full auto is a complete waste. It's a complete waste of ammo. You can't control it. Now, burst, when you're doing CQB, burst is great in CQB situations.
And now you got to tell them what CQB is.
Oh, close quarter battle.
You're acting like they know what you're talking about. Kicking indoors. So when you see those guys acting up together, going in, that's like close quarter stuff. When you're going into a room full of bad guys, you're gonna shoot. That takes so much training. You just can't. There are people out there now. It's like, oh, come sign up for our course and we teach you how to do it. You don't get shot. You don't get shot by the guy standing next to you. It takes a lot of training and discipline to do that sort of stuff.
I tell you, it's muscle memory. I mean, it's people think, like I said, they what do they have those? I can go be a Navy SEAL for a weekend class.
A weekend class.
Yeah, and they'd be like, yo, I can do all the stuff that they can do. A lot of that stuff is muscle memory, man. Like it's it's crazy. Like I was watching JD had sent me a video of them doing some training, some CQB training. And I'm looking at it and I'm like critiquing the hell out of it. Like, yo, your footwork are bad, this and that. But once again, I did it. Gosh, man, there were days where it was like constant, day in, day out.
Yeah. What gets me though? Those guys are like, I can be like a Navy SEAL. If I was to offer a course so you can see what it's like to be a Navy SEAL, you'd have to pay me like 10 grand. And I'll make you lay in the ocean until you pass out from hypothermia. That's what it's like to be a fucking Navy SEAL. I won't let you out if you want to get out. Nah, you paying this $10,000, you're gonna get all this.
I'm gonna kill you and then bring you back to life.
Right. I'm gonna drown you, then bring you back to life. You want to know what it's like to be a Navy SEAL. All right.
That's like, what was that David Goggins, that guy? Read David Goggins' book. That dude is crazy. He talks about it, talking about it's nighttime. They told me to go find my boat crew, and they were about a mile, out in the surf and a mile away, jumping in the water at night and finding them. Nah, man,
they are special. Those guys are really
right.
superheroes. They are superheroes. So you want to know what it's like to be a SEAL? We'll start there. Give me $10,000 and I'll kill you. I will drown you underwater, bring you back, and then throw you in the ocean and make you sit there till you're hypothermic. You want to know what it's like to be a SEAL? These people. I tell you what, man. And then someone's gonna say, "What do you mean these people?" I mean these stupid ass Americans who watch way too much TV. Myth number 4: you must first obtain a permit before you purchase a firearm. That's a myth, huh?
Yeah, I never even heard of that. You just go buy it.
Yeah, the truth in California. Yep, in
California.
Well, it says here the truth is in California you do not need a permit to buy a gun. However, in California, generally all firearm purchases and transfers include private party transactions, and sales at gun shows must be made through a California licensed dealer. Additionally, you will be required to submit and pass a national criminal background check before you may lawfully obtain a firearm. California law also imposes a 10-day waiting period before the firearm can be released to a purchaser or transferee. So,
I don't have a problem with that 10-day thing, but I do have a problem with I just spent $1,000 and I can't take home what I bought. That irritates me.
Well, the Brady bill is a 3-day thing, but
Brady bill is 3 days. California
3 days. That's coast to coast. California adds another 7 days on top of that. And here's the thing: Patrick Big David has a thing on his podcast where he was talking to Michael Francis. I think a few days ago. You guys should watch it. It was a really good interview.
Who's Michael Francis?
Was
that Italian dude you talking about?
Yeah, that's the true Godfather type dude. Like
he
did
don't
some
say his
things.
name.
Yeah, he did some things. But he's reformed. He's reformed. He's a good guy. He's a good guy now. But here's the thing. Pat David was in Texas. He went into a store, bought 2 ARs, I think 2 magazines for each, and ammunition. It took him 19 minutes from the time he left the car, bought the weapons, and got back in his car. It was 19 minutes total.
Yeah.
19 minutes to go. So there has to be room between the two. You shouldn't be. Oh, go ahead.
I was say, in Florida, like if you have a concealed carry permit, you can walk in and get whatever you want, which I think is that makes sense to me, because if you have a concealed carry permit, they already got all your information. They know where you are, and it's funny when you hear people say, well, I don't want the government tracking me. Well, first of all, if you got a cell phone, they tracking you. Oh, she got excited, didn't she? I'm sorry, bro. I didn't mean to do that to you.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to do that to you, Chris. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to get her all worked up. I'm sorry, brother.
Hilarious.
But
you're like, yeah, brother Chris is saying James Shaw just realized that was your voice. LOL. Brother Michael, like the video, appreciate the support, child. Miss AKA lady, if you don't have a permit in Florida, you gotta wait 3 days. Yes. Yeah, that's a federal mandate.
It's a federal thing. But if you do have it in Florida, I mean, like I said, I don't see why you'd have to wait if you have a concealed carry permit, because they have all the information on you and you're trusted enough to carry a weapon.
You're in there strapped. Why can't you walk out with another weapon?
Exactly. Now in California, even if you have a concealed carry permit, you still got to wait those 10 days. And then you can only carry the weapon that you qualify with in California. So, like in California, I had a baby 1911 that
beautiful weapon. That was a beautiful weapon.
Oh yeah, they still run your name. But yeah, I had a baby 1911 that I carried. And I couldn't carry anything else because that's what I qualified to carry. So I mean, California is really strict, but I think the training is definitely necessary.
So I mean, what do you think that's a step too far? Like once you qualify on handguns, rifles, shotguns, at that point, shouldn't you be able to carry whatever weapon you have, or do you think that step is necessary or not?
No, I think I want to say it's necessary. I mean, because I took that Desert Eagle, which I could carry if I wanted to. I could have, I took that Desert Eagle out there, and I was not proficient with it, and it went off on me. So
I'm glad we finally reached the acceptance phase of all this.
Oh yeah, brother.
This happened a long time ago. Yeah, y'all have no idea how long ago this happened. He's just now coming around because he wouldn't even talk about it before.
It hurt. It was embarrassing. It hurt. I'm telling you, man. Like,
if I wasn't there, I wouldn't believe it.
I'm not supposed to be better than that.
I wouldn't believe it. Everyone makes mistakes, though.
That's to say, we can show the video. That's when you do the Patreon thing. Is that what it is? Show the video there.
Yeah, we'll show the video. Yeah, the day I started Patreon and all that. Yeah, we'll show. Yeah, I do have it on tape, y'all. Like I said, I was filming, We'll show you on Patreon. And what I should have taped is when the range master came over and ripped you a new one.
Bruh.
Should have taped.
And you know,
But
sad part, I sat there and
you
took it.
deserved that.
I
Yeah,
sat there and took it.
you deserved it.
You know,
You absolutely deserved it.
No, I took it like R. Kelly taking him in prison right now.
Oh, he gonna be taking him for the next 30 years. 30 years, boy. You know what I mean? So yeah, brother Christopher. Plus, they run your name even with the CCW. Which I mean, I don't have a problem with any of that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't have a problem with the things that we're talking about here. I honestly believe it should be the law of the land. California will probably never allow people to have access to firearms in the way that Texas or Florida or Ohio or other states will do. But I do agree with what they're doing. Again, and it's not even all of California. It's certain counties. LA County ain't gonna let you do it. You know what I mean? Ventura County probably ain't gonna let you do it. The sheriff has to sign off on you getting that CCW, which that should not. It should be a shall, not a should carry thing. That's what I believe. Provided you know what I mean, check all these boxes and get all this training. You still there, bro? Did you freeze up? Yeah, I think I lost Jswans. Yeah, I lost him. So I'll wait for him to get back. And you know, like, so these things we're talking about, and yeah, here he comes.
Yeah, man.
Bootleg.
It just started lightning and thundering up here, man. So
yeah, that happens down here too.
Yeah, I think my Wi-Fi just went down.
Yeah, that happened down here. It happened yesterday. I'm like, I'm glad I wasn't broadcasting. Everything just went out. But yeah, I believe that I do believe in the right for Americans to bear arms. You know, not just to protect their home, but to protect their person. I mean, you look at the crime, like what's going on right now. And then we look at law enforcement again. I'm not trying to beat up on law enforcement right now. Lord knows I beat up on them enough, not nearly enough, but I'm going to beat up on them more later. But we see that law enforcement isn't eager to put themselves in harm's way to save people, even children.
Well, the Supreme Court ruled that they don't have to do that. They're not required to do that.
Right. So that serve and protect thing is gone. Like I said, even children. When I saw the pictures of those officers outside that classroom door with ballistic shields and assault weapons, and they refused to go in and save them babies.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
I had to stop. I couldn't even watch anymore. Like, you know what? I have to leave that alone.
When that officer's wife called him on the cell phone and said, "I've been shot, please help me," and he tried to go in there, and they took his weapon and handcuffed him.
See, I didn't even see that part. So so here's the thing, people. That's your law enforcement. Who is going to protect you and your family? This is America. We have that right. You know what I mean? We should make sure we guarantee that we keep that so we can protect our families. We can protect ourselves. We protect our neighborhoods. I'm not willing to put it into the hands of these guys, you know, wearing these little tin shields and their little uniforms or whatever with no training. Nothing against those guys, but let's at least train them up properly.
Yeah.
Let's get them prepared to deal with this stuff.
Well,
you know what I mean?
And that's why, like I said, I'm a big advocate of guns, but I'm also a bigger advocate of weapons training. Like, people talk about arming these teachers in schools, right? And I don't think it's a good idea. One is because if you can't train law enforcement officers how to shoot, you know, and how to be effective, and you know, and then, you know, every law enforcement officer is not trained like a SWAT guy. And how are you going to train teachers like that?
Right.
You know, you really want a teacher. I mean, and there's more to having a permit and being able to carry a gun. You also have to have the mentality and be willing to use it. And you know, and everybody will sit. I guarantee, you know, people will sit in chat and be like, I would use it in a heartbeat. Yeah, okay. You know, when it comes time to take somebody's life, let's see how eager you get at that time.
I'm never in a hurry to use my weapon, bro. And what people don't, it's not like in the movies, y'all. And here's the thing: breathing. That's the key. So when something goes down, adrenaline spikes, your heart rate goes up, your breathing is erratic. If you don't know how to control those things, if you can draw your weapon, right? There's a lot of people, they can't even get their weapon out of their holster, which most people don't even have holsters. But anyway,
because they don't train with them. They don't practice. You know, I mean, I practice constantly. You know, I have that laser target thing here and the laser bullets. I practice constantly, you know, in hopes that I never have to be in a situation where I have to use it. Because, and once again, people think, well, if I'm in the right, I'm in the right. No, you are still going to talk to police. You know, you're still going to be nervous. You're still going to go through hell. And not to mention, you know, and just like people who get excited, I hope somebody breaks into my house. most people that break into houses like that break into like the regular person's house is going to be somebody you know. It's going to be the neighbor kid.
Yep.
Okay. And, you know, you shoot the neighbor kid and you got him all over the wall, which, yeah, you're right. He's in your house. He deserves it. But there's repercussions to that.
Right. He was
You
in there
know?
on the he was in there on the dare. They didn't know you were home.
He was in there seeing his girlfriend, snuck in the girlfriend's room.
Snuck in the girlfriend's room, whatever. He comes around the corner, you hear him coming, you grab your M1A1 and you put 3 really big holes in the poor kid.
Yeah.
How's that gonna play out? Oh yeah, you're legally good. You could do that.
Yeah.
But how's that gonna play out?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a pretty thing. That's why I'm a big advocate on training. You know, I can't stress this enough. Training. If you want, I mean, look, if you just want to buy a gun at the store or whatever, you know, go have at it. But if you're going to carry that gun for self-defense in public, then you need training. Lots of it. You know, I think you should certify periodically. You know, Chris and I, you know, he and I had discussions about this. And there should be different levels of it. You know, I thought about what he said because he mentioned, he's like, man, I've had lots of weapons training. You know, I'm a Marine, blah, blah, blah. And I forgot, you know, and I thought about, I was like, yeah, you know, you're right. That's funny.
Just like that 50 revolver you have. Quit.
Hey, man.
When I show the chats, man, quit. Don't worry about that. Finish your statements. You're messing up the flow, bro.
But it's okay. Well, hold on. Let me get serious again. Hold on.
Yeah, sort
there,
yourself
I did the eye
Airborne.
thing.
Yeah, sort yourself out there, Airborne.
But no, you should train. You should have lots of training, you know, and Chris, you know, he mentioned that, you know, I've had lots of training. I was like, you know, you're right. There should be different levels to it. You know, if you've had no weapons training in your life, then no, you should be certifying every 6 months. And what's the big deal? You should want that training. You should want that training on how to draw from a holster. You know, you should want that training of how to, how to fire your firearm from the hip. You know, because your first shot, if you draw your weapon, your first shot is going to be from your hip as your arm extends out. Okay. If your mindset is it's him or me, or wait, hold on, I got the pronouns. It's them or me.
Fuck them pronouns. And you're gonna have to learn how to fire from your back. Because if it's a situation you're probably getting attacked, you might be down. So you have to, as you're falling,
knocked down.
You're falling, drawing your weapon, and being able to get that weapon on target. That's all. That takes a lot of training. You know what I mean? And depending on the type of weapon you have, if you screw up and don't know where the safeties are, you got that 1911. If you got that 1911 and you're afraid to have that thing ready to go because the hammer's back and you're afraid that something's going to happen, then don't carry a 1911.
Yes, which a 1911 is designed to be carried like that. I mean, there's multiple safeties on a 1911. So, I mean, but that's a whole other story.
Story. But the point is, if you don't like that, get a different weapon. I like Glock. I like the way Glocks work. You know what I mean? I don't want.
They're simple and they're going to work.
They're going to work every time you pull the trigger. So, brother Christopher, like you said, just like that 50 revolver you have, worthless.
Hey, look, man, if Bigfoot was to show up, you're gonna be like, damn. I wish Jay was here with his 50 cal revolver.
No, you're right, Devil Dog. That's worthless. Them big ass bullets, man. Get this big old revolver bullet, man. What the hell you got that
look like
for?
a chapstick.
Right. Get a big old chapstick, man. Like, what the hell? But yeah, and he's like, well, James has high speed, low drag, tactical team guarding his gate to his community. Yeah, I've seen that team, bro. Yeah. All I gotta say, hey man, all I gotta say is this, and this is what we used to sing this while we used to run all the time. Fat boy, why you so big? You weeble wobble, just like a pig. That's that high speed tack team you got guarding his gate. Miss AKA Laddle and Miss AKA Lady. It would take too long for a teacher to pull out the gun unnecessarily. Teachers aren't law enforcement. I mean, here's the thing with arming teachers in the classroom. Where are they going to secure that weapon? Are they going to have it on them all the time? I'm here to tell you, it's a pain in the ass to carry a weapon with you all the time. Are they going to do that? If they're not going to do that, where are they going to secure the weapon? How are they going to secure the weapon? Right? If you're in the classroom, at the front of the classroom, and your weapon is in the back in the coat room somewhere, and somebody busts in the door firing, that weapon does you no good. Right? Again, can they? I think that's. Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
Can they defend themselves to the point where no one's going to take that weapon from them? There are a whole lot of issues there with arming teachers. They're teachers. They don't want to carry weapons. They don't want to carry guns. So I don't know if I like that idea at all.
Yeah,
but you got a good point there, Miss AK.
Like I said, if law enforcement are being trained to the standard, then how can you train teachers to that standard?
How can
I
you?
mean,
Who's going to pay for all? You know what kind of training that takes? The ongoing training along with everything else.
I've often said, that that could be a military MOS. School resources officer, and train those guys because we talked about this. Like law enforcement should be trained. If law enforcement wants to have this level of respect, this special level of respect, then they should be trained to that level. They have to earn that respect. We've talked about earning respect a lot.
No, they want to dress up like they a super duper paratrooper, but they don't want to enlist and go to airborne school.
Yeah, they need to. Well, they need to train. They need to train to that level. They need to train to that level, but they don't because it costs money and it takes time to train somebody like that. But I mean, that could be an MOS in a school. School resource officer could be an MOS in the military where these guys are trained. They don't wear They don't wear military uniforms. They wear civilian clothes, and they're just at the school.
Which I'm absolutely cool with that. Don 007. Yep, that's everybody. John Wick until bullets start flying. Yeah, everybody's a tough guy, right? Everybody's a tough guy until they get hit in the mouth.
You hear that bee flying by you and ain't no bugs.
Right. Pop. You hear that? You hear that? That zip bang. All right. You know what I'm saying? Oh, where you at now? Where you going there, John Wick? What's up? What's going on?
Yeah.
The rounds are coming from over there. You know what I mean? Why you running over there? So, and then, and Brother Christopher, range training and practical training are very different. Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. Yes. They could, they're not even in the same universe. Yeah. They're so different. So yeah, man, bro, we've been doing this an hour and a half already. I'm gonna try to push through real quick on the myth 5, which is coming up right here. Myth number 5.
If you wasn't running your mouth, we would have got through it.
Look, man, we're gonna talk off camera. You may legally purchase a firearm and give it to someone else. That's the myth. We're gonna talk off camera. That's the myth. And I was hearing a little bit of echo there. We're good now. But the truth is, it is illegal to transfer or purchase a firearm on behalf of anyone else. On behalf of anyone who may not lawfully possess one.
Yeah, there was a loophole that they just closed, actually, or they're working on closing. It was like some kind of girlfriend's law. They call it the girlfriend's loophole.
Yeah, they're calling this thing the straw purchase thing. Like buying a gun in your name and giving it to a prohibited person is called a straw purchase. Okay. So girlfriend law.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it was this weird thing.
Huh. I never heard that term. I've heard straw purchase before, but I've never heard the girlfriend law thing.
Yeah, because your girlfriend's going there, their boyfriend's been locked up, so they go in there and they buy a gun, they give it to him.
Oh, okay. And so, but here's the thing, though, that makes sense. So it says you can't buy a weapon and give it to someone who's prohibited from owning weapons, but can you give it to someone who is?
You know what? I am not an attorney. I'm assuming you could buy it as a gift, but they probably, I guess the law would be you're supposed to register it in their name or they're supposed to register it or something like that. So but that's some attorney stuff I can't get into.
Yeah, me and you both. But down here, it has transfer of a firearm between a parent and child, grandchild, or between spouses. Registered domestic partners is exempt from the dealer transfer requirement, provided that the legal firearm is being transferred to a person who may lawfully possess one. And I think that's Florida law, because it was talking about here, if you straw purchase a firearm from a federal firearm licensed dealer, you can be charged with making the false statement on the firearm. Okay, because they're talking about the forms you got to fill out. This is for me, this is that. Again, like you said, I am not a felon, all this other kind of stuff. Okay. Okay. And then like myth number 6, you must obtain a permit to legally carry a firearm. The truth is, you do not need a permit to openly carry a shotgun, rifle, or handgun in California. However, you may need to register your handgun and will need a carry concealed weapon CCW license.
Yeah,
if you intend on carrying your handgun hidden on your person.
I tell you, if you're in California and you're trying to deal with a gun, I would get an attorney because the laws change daily out there and it's scary. I mean, it's easy to go to jail in California with a gun.
Yeah, it's easy to get you locked up as a citizen trying to protect themselves, but if you're just a criminal who wants to go steal less than $5,000 worth of goods, I think it is.
Nah, it's less than $1,000.
Less than $1,000. Man, look.
That's in San Francisco though. That's not the whole state. That's just in San Francisco.
And then in LA, you got criminals following you home to rob you. but they'll come arrest you for having a shotgun in the house because you got these follow you home criminals
For real.
coming into your home. Look,
That
if
don't
you
make
live
any
in
sense.
California, man, you might want to move. California is a cool place to visit, but you don't want to live there. You don't want to live there, y'all. Like until
Yeah,
they figure all this out.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's about to get weird too, because you know that the Supreme Court just passed that law. So it's about to get weird out there.
And
Was it
listen,
raining? Oh,
it might be. So I hear the thunder. So brother Michael, shout out to DL, Uncle Saint, and shout out to you, brother. So yeah, we just wanted to throw that out there, man. Talking about guns, I think every American should have the right to carry a firearm. I think they should all be trained up.
Yeah.
I think there should be restrictions, common sense restrictions. I think there should be background checks, all that good stuff. I think all that's good. And I agree with my brother here, Jswans. The biggest thing is you should be required to have this training. You should be required to qualify.
Yeah, if you're going to carry them for protection in public, you know what I mean? Like if you just want a shotgun, you want to go out there and, you know, shoot cans in the back of, you know, Billy's house or whatever, then, you know, have at it. But if you're going to carry something in public, I mean, you definitely, you know, need something. Yo, we gotta get Chris on so we can do that gun thing, because Chris is a crazy gun nut.
It's done. You know what I mean? We can't talk guns without talking to a Marine. Got to have devil dogs on there. So
you know, some crowns too.
Tell Chris we'll get you a whole box of crayons, Chris. You come on.
The whole box. Whole box of nice crayons, man. Get you some Kool-Aid. You know what I mean? Some little candy. Make sure you're nice and comfortable. So I give you last words there, Jswans. I think we beat that up pretty good, but I give you the last word.
Yeah, I mean, I just think, you know, I mean, like, we're gun guys. I mean, I love my guns, you know, but I'm a big proponent of safety. You know, I mean, I know what guns will do to people. I'm a big proponent of safety. You know, you should be trained. You know, if you're going to carry a gun in public, you know the laws. And I'm guilty not knowing them all myself, actually. You know, because there's so many. Just be aware. But the big ones is if you're going to pull your weapon out and you are fearing for your life, that means that either you're going to die or somebody else is going to die. And that's why that weapon's pulled out. Okay. Don't pull it out for no other reason. Don't pull it out trying to de-escalate. Don't pull it out trying to show that you're tough, because you may be showing that guy in front of you how tough you are, but his friend is standing 3 feet behind you and he's armed as well. You know, so just be careful, you guys. But like I said, I'm a big believer in guns. I like my guns. I like to shoot. I got a whole bunch of them. I got ones that are just stupid that don't make any sense. Like that 500 Magnum, that revolver. Makes no sense.
You had that Thompson submachine gun that made no sense, but it was pretty.
Yeah, it's fun. You know, and that's what it's all about. So I mean, so just be safe, y'all. Be smart. Be safe, and if you're going to carry a gun, get the training. And as far as the military goes, hey, you know what? Do your research on the military before you discourage people from going in there. There's a lot more to the military than just, there's a lot more to the military than just carrying a rifle and shooting at people, okay, and being shot at. There's so many more careers, so many more opportunities. Take advantage of that training. Just everybody thinks that people that go in the military, and I've had people in my family say this, people that go in the military are just stupid. They have no other options. That's why they go in the military. And I laugh at them because I'm the one that's, been retired since I was 47 years old.
Right.
And they're all, still in the struggle.
I hit them with that stupid is as stupid does. You got to go to work tomorrow. I'm off.
For real.
You know what I mean? So, and Brother Christopher said, Chad hooked him up with that M1A1. All I can say to that, I agree with everything you said, brother. And all I wanted to add to that is life is not a video game. All right. What y'all doing with your virtual reality on, or what are your little video game? Life is not a video game. All right. So these people outside ain't playing. You catch the wrong person, it's a wrap. So you need to be prepared. And it's the person, generally speaking, the person who's better trained is the one who will prevail. So I am 100% for firearms and weapons. I'm for training. I'm for insurance. I'm for all that stuff. If you're going to carry that weapon on your person day in and day out like I do. But like Jswan says, man, if you just got your gun in the house and you're just going to go out back and shoot cans and do what that, go to the range every now and then, just for home protection, fine. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I think you should always train yourself up. You always want to be ready. If you got a weapon and you can't field strip that weapon, then you are wrong.
Yeah, no doubt. Yo, Chad is that's my man that owns the gun store.
Yeah. I know. And tell Chad next time I'm up there, man, I'm looking for a 44 mag.
Don't tell him that.
I'm looking for a 44 Magnum. Chad, if you're listening, I'll be up there to see you soon, bro. So yeah, thanks for hanging in there with us. This is the DL Saint I Really Want to Know podcast. I am DL Saint. That is Jswans, and we will talk to y'all later. Peace.